We the real. Okay. We the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out. Prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. First off, we like to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash.
Governor understood those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach you well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. This salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be seeing soon. And with that, we the brothers from GMS Chicago coming right back at you. And hey, Esau ain't gonna be ruling in our kingdom. Hey, that kingdom, it's gonna be a righteous kingdom coming. A righteous kingdom coming. Well, the Israelites gonna rule. Point blank, period.
I got something real quick. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 6, and I'm gonna just start at 7. Oh. Go ahead. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? It says, And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, right? Going back to the account of Genesis, the 25th chapter, where Jacob and Esau were born.
And that's the part of our service. That's because these devils got to get taken down. And that's called prophecy. It's proven that Yahweh Shai spoke of these things from the beginning. You know, so everybody who wanna scoff about that, they out of their mind. This proving that who's ruling in this last kingdom is Edomite. So Vocab Malone and all these other guys who try to say they're not. That's a lie, because the scriptures tell you otherwise just off that.
Yeah. Then too, like I said, this is their kingdom, they ruling. Are you Israelites ruling with them in this kingdom? No. So they show us hell not to be ruling us in the kingdom. It's gonna be transition, man. All right. And then too, let's say hey, you can learn from you read the account of Esther. What did Haman try to do to the because he was Satan's command, you know. What he tried to look to overthrow the king of the Persian king, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, the Persian king, man. So that's all that's gonna happen. He's gonna be trying to plot and look for a way to take you down and be the top dog.
Even though it's impossible.
Even though it's gonna be impossible because we don't have this power.
Yep. Hey, I got one of that to corrupt up. It's Isaiah 26 and 10. Yeah. That favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness in the land of uprightness when he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. So even in the kingdom, even though it's impossible, Esau be trying to figure out how to start rebellions and shit, man. No, he got to get his judgment, his slavery, man. He got to get burned off, man. Yeah. Ain't no favor shown to the wicked, man. Even when you look up in Zion Victoria Dictionary, it tells you Esau is the only neighbor that's not promised mercy. Esau's going to get completely wasted away. Now, the heathens after 8,000 years, they're going to get their land back. They're still going to be subject to us. Everybody will be in subjection to the Israelites forever, man. That's it. All right, and that's what's coming next, man. Right now, hey, we're watching this place be divided. I mean, times be divided. Meaning, we're at the end, which is Esau's kingdom going down, and ours going up.
Yeah, Esau going to be the last. Yeah, he's not going to. Yeah, after he served his punishment, he got to get completely taken out. He just canceled earth, man. And that reminds me of that scripture too. Sirach said, "Set him not by you." He looked to overthrow him.
I got a quick one. You know, here, this Obadiah, verse 17. But
you started 15.
It's Obadiah, verse 15. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. Yep. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
The scripture tell you what nation had, all the nations had their part in the taking us, having us in captivity, man. So the Lord gonna make them all pay for putting their hands on apple of the Lord's eye, which is the Israelites.
Yep. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall be returned upon thy own head.
So as you done unto the Lord's chosen people, it's gonna be done unto you, man. You're gonna get double, as scripture says.
That's right, bro. Verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continuously. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down.
So you heathens gonna drink that cup, man. See, these dummies think just by ignoring us or persecuting the Lord's men who's telling them these things. They think this thing gonna go away. It's not, man. Matter of fact, you gonna make it worse. Now the king got to step in.
Exactly, man. Because you devils and you evils have to pay, man. What is that? Psalms the 83rd chapter. Y'all all consulted together with one consent, man, to come against us and to remove us from being a nation. So since you did that, now you just entered into these devils' judgments. So you have to get 1,000 years of that as well. You know, and you gotta pay.
That's it.
And they shall be as though they had not been.
Yeah, I can understand why the Lord hates wickedness. I get it now, man. You know, you can't stand you fucking wicked ass demons out here, man.
Verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be a holiness.
Well, just as Israel. That's what Zion is. Starting with the elect.
That's right. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessors. So we're going to possess y'all. Y'all got to get judgment, man, for what y'all did. So like I said, we're going to possess their possessions, man. We're going to get their land. Yeah. We're going to possess everything that y'all own because, well, like you just read, even what Elder Benjamin just read in that Isaiah, even in the land of uprightness, y'all will try to overthrow it. That will not happen because, hey, once y'all get possessed over, it's over with. Yahweh Shem Shah is not going to uplift that hand off y'all ass, man.
Yeah, Satan not going to be with you no more because whether you want to believe it or not, Satan works for the Lord. So the Lord's going to bring your ass back low where you belong, man. You ain't going to have no power, man.
Verse 18. And the house of and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remainings of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken. He's about to get completely eradicated after your 1,000 years of slavery. So you're gonna be stubborn, man. You know, it's time to get, hey, after y'all done, we throwing y'all ass in the furnace to get rid of y'all ass, man.
I remember Apostle, he said, we're gonna be putting so much hell on their ass, they gonna be fighting to be the first ones to go in that fire.
Man. Exactly, man. Y'all gonna be ready to die, man. Because, hey, man, all the hell that you put on us, still hell to this day, man. You know, that you putting on us, man. We can't even get a break in this damn kingdom, man. You got everything against us. Even our goddamn females against us, man. These bitches. You know, you gonna have to pay for all of that, man. We don't get no time of rest. We can't even kick back and chill sometimes because every time we look up, either we got to pay something bad for the home. It's always subject to fucking payment. There's always something here, man. We can't just fucking relax, man.
Yeah, it's like it's a hamster in the wheel. Yeah, that's all this place is.
That's what calls the rat race.
Yeah,
right. Call the fucking rat race. Yeah, come man. So you gotta pay, man. Verse 19. And they of the south shall possess the mountain of Esau. Right, which Judah gonna possess your land, Esau. And they of the plain shall the Philistines, and they shall possess the field of Ephraim, and the field of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captors of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zephyr, and the captives of Jerusalem, which is in Samaria, shall possess the city of the south. Right, so our land is going to be enlarged. All right, it ain't going to be even. Ancient Israel was big. It's going to be even bigger, man. Mm-hmm. Wow. And then, hey, Yahweh Shah about to break a mighty deliverance to give us everything, man. Yeah, everything. Dude, starting with Yahweh Shah to King David on down. And that's going to be a beautiful thing, you know. And then y'all ain't going to be a part of that. So not at all. Y'all do not. Y'all can't. First of all, man, my shotgun drove to a rat. I just cut a rat, this female rat, on the comic board about something. And she was saying, oh, we all three, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. I So how can you be all three tribes? That bitch probably all three didn't receive so many rods.
Right. Right.
Edomite, man. And I cut her ass and she ran. She ran. And nothing she could say because when I hit her with the scripture, I said, look at how our Lord, look at this, what this scripture said. It was over with. So for you devils to even think y'all have a part of this, you gotta get damn mind.
The Lord gave you a kingdom, man. This is your fucking kingdom. Facts.
Exactly. Verse 21, and saviors should come up upon Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau, and the kingdom should be the Lord's, Yahweh, and that's what it's gonna be, man. So we go, and them saviors, and Yahweh, Ratazar is gonna be us. We're gonna be right apart with Yahweh Shai, King David, you know, destroying you wicked motherfuckers and putting you into slavery and in chains, man. You know, and we looking forward to that, man, because everything you have done to us, man. Damn, you can't even drive in peace, man. It's always something, man. Esau is on bullshit, man. You know?
This is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and at the time that their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord thy power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Hey, Esau has kept his foot on our neck since day one. He ain't let loose at all. Even when our time was over, he still kept. He even got worse, way worse. You know. Now he don't sit up here, and even though you still got these devil ass cops out here who still do their bullshit, now he fuck you over with the pen. You know. Every damn thing that this damn devil do is just totally against you, so-called black Latinos and Native Americans, just like the brother was going into. You know, but this damn devil gotta pay, and he gonna pay badly.
I got one.
Usually I have something.
This is Sirach 10 and 8. Because of righteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit.
Start up. You want to start up?
Can you just hit 4-2? 4-2. Yeah. This is Sirach 10 and 4. This is the power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh, and in due time he will set over it one that is proper. And it's clearly being seen and known that Esau Edom is not proper.
And now you need this word. All right, that's why we watch the kingdoms translate from Babylon, Media Persia, to Greece, to Rome, to Rome again. From Greece to Rome to wicked niggas. All right, then back to the Rome 2.0, which is what we at now. All right, and the Lord, like, man, he got to come and reign. Man. He got to come and do it. He got to set everything in order.
Can I preset real quick? This Proverbs 16 and verse 12, it is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. You see, and all these past kingdom rulers, they didn't rule and acknowledge wisdom, understanding of the Heavenly Father. You see, therefore their temple was like their kingdom was temple. You know? And it's going down, man. Y'all watching me on shot, rightfully so. It's burning y'all down, man. Like, man, hey, look, man, we about to rise up. You know, like it says in Daniel's phone, matter of fact. I got
it right here for you.
This second 23 and 3. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me, he that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of the Most High. And for her, that Proverbs 16 that the brother Yediah just read, man. All right, to be a proper ruler, and you got to rule with the fear of the Lord, man. And our Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come and do just that. It says that we're waiting for the kingdom of righteousness. And this kingdom will be a forever kingdom. You know why? Because he's going to rule in the fear of the Lord. You know? Jews have more.
You idiots don't get that history repeats itself. It's the same old thing, man. You want to rule and fear the Lord, got to take you down, man. This happened to pass wicked kings.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Jump down to verse 8. Sirach 10 and 8. This is because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated for all people. So nothing.
Read a couple more verses ago. You read that 4 and then you get down to 8.
Verse 5, this says, in the hand of Yahweh is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall be laid honor. This is bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing but at all by injurious practices.
The devil, these devils do that all the time, man. They use first of all, the number one thing they gotta say, goddamn pen. They signing over all these wicked ass laws, man. That's the other power, man. They ain't had that goddamn pen, man. You know, Esau wouldn't be shit but just the sword. But that pen, they use all this fucking wickedness.
We say a lot of strength be the law of justice. Yeah, he thinks, man, look, man. Guess what? The Lord don't give a shit about that. That's not gonna save your ass just because you sign something at pen. Make it a law, man.
This verse 7, it says, pride is hateful before Yahweh and man, and by both the one commit iniquity.
Exactly, man. This is the most prideful man on the kingdom. So, hey, man, the Lord hate that, man. Even man himself hate pride, man. We don't like to even see a prideful nigga. Like, it's okay, you know, you got your thing going on, but if we even see a J being extra prideful, like, man, what the hell wrong with him, man? You know?
Prideful niggas don't like prideful niggas.
Yeah, man, right.
You seen that shit with Trump. All of them are proud. Trump comes in, the proudest, and everybody's looking at him like, this is verse 8. It says, because of righteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from all people. So nothing. Yeah, and even people that don't even follow the Bible, they know they need a new ruler. They know that Esau Edom is he's full of iniquity. He's full of deceit.
Yeah, there's articles popping up about people that are tired of the American hegemony over the world, controlling everybody's tired of it, man. This man is an oppressing ass sword. Back at the third chapter says the nations, the last verse, the nations gonna hear the brutality, they ain't gonna pity you. And then said, who have not that evil gone over continually?
Yep.
Alright. So there you go. Esau, you toast, man.
Isaiah says, even the trees rejoice.
Yeah.
Who smote the people in wrath and ruled the nations with anger is persecuted, man.
Yeah.
That's how profitable Esau even is. It's Isaiah chapter 14. I'll start at verse 5. I'll start at verse 4 actually. Then at 3 times. This is Isaiah 14 and 3. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage.
No, sorry, I won.
At one time. This verse 1. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, but will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with.
So that's salvation. Second Ezra 9th chapter tells you about them that shall live and see the salvation in my land. Salvation is us escaping all the hell to come and getting our own land back. Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
And that's talking about us. Obadiah tells you that we became strangers when we went to these other lands. So they know that the Lord is going to not just gather Israel, he's going to gather all Israel, even the scattered Israelites, even the Israelites that look like other nations. He's going to gather us all back. All right? There's 2 sets of strangers. And the proof of that is Exodus, the 12th chapter. It tells you the strangers cannot eat at the Passover. Then it tells you about another set of strangers, which are Israelite foreigners, that must eat the Passover after they've been circumcised, after they come back into the covenant. Go ahead.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Is verse 2. And
that's them taking hold of the scourge, and that's a Jew.
That prove who that strangers are.
Yeah.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh, for servants and handmaids.
There's the second set of strangers. We're going to have servants and handmaids. These are the actual heathens. We're going to rule over all heathens. We start off talking about Esau, but the video is titled Heathens. All you heathens are going to be underneath the Israelites, man. Every last one of you. All right? Even after you serve your 1,000 years, the hardcore bondage, you get your land back, you're going to give us our cut off top. You're going to come and say, let us go up to the house of the Lord. All right? You're going to, what do you say? They're going to bring in their trains?
Their gates should be open.
Continually.
And you're going to rejoice. The other he's going to rejoice. All the righteous are in power.
Yeah. You'll be happy because they ain't going to pressure you to get your land back. You're going to get to enjoy the earth, unlike Esau's not even do. All right? You're going to have to go through family motherfucking Africans over there. Got cows pissing on them and shit. No, you're going to actually get to enjoy the earth righteously, man. Get some water on you, get you some good meat. You know, have to hunt no motherfucking hyenas and shit. They track hyenas, stealing the food from hyenas and shit. Bugged up.
I know, yeah, man.
Right, you have to kiss a cow, manipulate the cow's butt to get the piss on.
Oh my God.
Guess I
That's
got
madness.
it might be a song, you know.
They niggas be babies.
Yeah, but they died. I saw one who was dying their head up. Like he was pissing on the head.
Oh yeah, I'm just put up.
Shit, wet.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their
That's
oppressors.
payback, man. That's hey, what it says the righteous thing of the Lord
Tribulation
to them that trouble you. That's righteous of the Lord. Ain't no way in hell you getting away with what you've done and still doing that.
That's right. That's true reparations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They right again. Amen.
Yeah.
Even the Lord's own son didn't get away with his wickedness, man. When he was Adam and Sodom. So what makes you devils ain't getting away with nothing, man?
That's facts.
Go ahead, bro.
This verse 3. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to
And
serve.
we're gonna be arrested. Everybody's gonna be arrested. This wicked oppressor, this damn devil, get put down by the Lord, man. All right. That's gonna be a day of rejoicing, man. When this devil finally goes down, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say,
I love telling your ass that, you damn devil. Go ahead.
how have the oppressor seized the golden city ceased? The Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Yeah, because the king carries a
staff,
scepter, man. All right, so Lord finna gonna break you down, man. Boot you out the ruler seat, man. Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
That's all you devils have been doing, man. And still doing it as we speaking. Go ahead.
He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth.
Yeah, so it's gonna all going to turn upon your own head, man. Oh, go ahead, brother.
In verse 7, the whole earth is at rest.
So once you get taken down, the body, everything gonna be arrested. The animals gonna be arrested. The trees gonna be arrested, which the trees represent people too, man. All right. Everything and everybody's gonna rejoice when the cancer of the earth is finally booted off the throne.
Quick precept.
Oh,
This Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 10, it says, when it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoiceth, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. See, it's going to be a glorious day when Esau eats the self-proclaimed white man. The devil is taken out of power, and the rest of you heathens get put in chains, man. It's going to be a glorious day, and everything, all the creation is going to rejoice at the fall of the king of Babylon, which is evil.
that's it. Go ahead.
They bring forth into singing, and I was going to go down to verse 21. And then it says, this is Isaiah chapter.
Okay, I'll keep reading that last verse. Then you jump down.
This verse 8. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellows come up against us.
Yeah, because the law, statute, commandments gonna be upheld. This fella is a tree cutter, man. That's what this devil. Ain't that what you always do? Cutting down. That's where you get your oxygen from.
Deforestation.
Yeah.
The whole term for it. They can go cut the shit down.
Yeah.
That shit out of order, man. We can't even breathe fresh air.
And he selling it to you. Canned oxygen.
Man, like my dad said, like these southern, southwest suburbs and all that used to be forests. Now it's homes and shit. You know.
It was like a before and after picture when like these different buildings was established. You seeing like forests, rivers, clean water, and now you see the after. You see like buildings and skyscrapers, smoke. You know,
because he cut down a lot of goddamn trees.
Mm-hmm.
I got this.
This is Numbers chapter 35 verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land where we are, for blood is defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed from the blood that is shed therein by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit where not dwell, for I the Lord dwell in the children of Israel.
I got one behind you. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Yeah, that's plain to me. plain on to the point, man. Well, you can't get around that. I mean, all of a sudden now it's a deep parable now. All of a sudden he's something we don't work in your fucking favor. No, it says what it says.
Man, that's all you need, man, because you never got paid. We gotta get that on deck too, man. The Daniel 7.
I got it right here.
All right, we have to read through that. So you heathens never got paid for what you done, man. The kingdoms only got taken over by other nations. You didn't even go through our judgment, really. That's why in the New Testament, in the Gospel, Yahushua called it what? The town of the Gentiles.
Yep.
Esau was referred to as the head of the wicked men. All you motherfuckers are in this thing together. All of y'all are going into captivity together. All of y'all be put in subjection to us. And none of you will have part in our lot of ruling, man. All right? There has to be a head, there has to be a tail. We've become the tail right now. That's part of the curse, Deuteronomy 28. All right? It says all the heathen around about us should come up, get up above us. So that got to switch. Deuteronomy 30 and 7 says the curse got to come upon you. So that means all of you got to become the tail while we're the head, man.
Hey, the word would say, Benjo, a false balance is abomination of the Lord. Everybody can't be ruling together. Somebody got to be ruling. Somebody got to be subjects.
That's right.
Go ahead, Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither do they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of earth are out of course. So everything because of their rulership is out of course. Everything, the oxygen, the water, everything's damaged because of Esau.
Yeah. Go ahead, Masha. I think that's 30. You got some party?
Yeah, Daniel 7, 18. But the saints
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
that's
Most
perfect.
High shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and forever. Okay, Psalm 7 and 18. You're going to take on royalty rulership.
That's right. Go ahead, Masha.
This is Jeremiah 30, verse 11. For I am with thee, says the Lord, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. For thus saith the Lord.
So it says all you heathens. Hey, jump to 16.
Verse 16.
It says he's going to make an utter end of all the heathens, not Israel, right? Go ahead.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled. All that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Right. Every last one of them is a slave. Slave.
Ain't no deep parable, no deep breakdown, none of that. You know, you always. That's why you motherfuckers who don't know the scriptures just shut up.
Yeah, some they don't like, now all of a sudden it's deep saying.
Right. It's the deepest break. You know, you tell these goddamn people, oh, I don't think that's what that's talking about. Shut the fuck up. You ain't supposed to be talking about the scriptures anyway, so shut it out, bitch.
Yeah. Hey, the Lord said in Malachi 3:6, I believe, I am Yahweh, I change not, and for ye sons of Jacob not consumed. Yahweh tried the same today, the same yesterday. Hey, this day, the Lord still feels like this, man. As the brothers went into it, ain't no deep parable, ain't this and that. No, hey, as it said in that movie, The Mist, this is the God of the Israelites, not the rest of you nations.
I got a deep parable for you. Here you go. This Psalms 149 and 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their bed. Who's the saints? Who's the saints? So-called black Latinos and American, the Israelites. Beginning with the 144 right now. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, praise ye the Lord. So hey, what is that talking about? That's a deep saying. No, it's gonna be your ass. You know, here it is how we were. You know, in the past, had them chains of feathers or irons on us. You was putting your foot in our ass, sitting up there hanging us from trees, cutting off our rods, throwing our babies in the water. You know, with alligators or whatever, however the hell you was doing, making leather wallets and purses with us. All that bullshit you did in wickedness.
Eating us.
Yeah, all sorts of bullshit. Now you're gonna end up paying. In the other nations that was with you, that followed along with you, went with your sister, they're gonna get their ass whooped too. But you gonna really catch it. You know?
Oh, yeah, all you need is, man. Hey, the Quran quoted earlier. Who had to take part in overthrowing, man? All you need is, hey, look, Esau gave you a incentive to get y'all loans and come and only build in our neighborhoods. He don't allow you to build in his neighborhood. All right, but you come and tax the fuck out of us. We give you food stamps. You go straight to Sam's Club, buy the shit, and come straight to the hood and tax the fuck out of us, man. He didn't let you do that shit in his neighborhoods. Y'all just now finally getting Chinese restaurants out there and shit, man. Esau don't even like spice. They think black pepper is spicy, nigga. Literally, like this ain't even no joke. That's just crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like Esau didn't even want y'all in that shit, man.
Yeah, but that's the spirit, you know.
Motherfucker.
Even when you just get a little hotel room, they overpricing it, overcharging like a motherfucker. Like I'm like, and I cut the East Indians. I say, man, y'all overcharging because we the Israelites, but you got these niggas just think they niggas. So they all overpricing and charging these niggas out here because they just go for it. But I'm like, I ain't the one. I ain't gonna go for that shit, man. I ain't overcharging and doing all that shit. He couldn't say no. He was cut. Hey, fuck you, lower the price for you? He said, yeah, I'll lower the price for you later. This come back later because there ain't no room right now. Really. So he like, yeah. So he was gonna basically do it for me because he knew who the fuck I was, man, and he know that I know who I am, man. But they just show you how these fucking heathens operate on these niggas, man. They don't give a fuck about you. Overcharging you, man. Who
I got this Revelation 18.
The Lazarus and the rich man.
Go ahead,
Juice. This is Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who will bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?
Yeah, so you better trim your waist, seek love. Somebody, no matter what, don't give a shit about your ass.
Yeah, and the truth is, none of these heathens, even to this day, they haven't came up and tried to save us from the predicament that we're in.
Right.
If they benefit from it,
right.
They want us to stay there.
That's it. Because ultimately, you know, they can stay in power as long as you at the bottom going off against your power. And guess what? They're never gonna do anything for you, man. The Lord got to come back and deliver us.
I got something just real quick. This is book of First Maccabees 2:10. It says, "What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten her for spoil?"
Perfect. Yeah.
Right. You got to be able to corrupt.
Oh, you break that.
Yeah, because all these other nations, you know, basically robbed and abused us, you know, took all our riches, you know, used it for themselves. Basically, in these different neighborhoods that Jakes are in, you see what? A Moabite spot, you see an Ishmaelite spot, basically taking advantage of Jakes.
Edomites, you can only leave the Edomites out.
Yeah, Edomites.
Fucking Edomites got to play, man.
Yeah, I got this Revelation 18:3. This is Lamentations 1:21. This is, they have heard that I sigh, there is none to comfort me. This is, all my enemies have heard of my trouble.
That's all you need. Every last one of you, man.
It says they are glad that thou hast done it. Yep. They're happy with it, man. They have no problem. This is
they love the fact that you're suffering, boy.
It says they are glad that thou hast done it, that will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me.
Damn.
Let all their wickedness
trade places. Go ahead. Trade places come. Hey, you've seen that movie with Eddie Murphy and Arco. That's really gonna happen.
This is the faith and patience of the saints.
Yeah.
What we're looking forward to.
Voice.
It says, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me. For all my transgressions on my sides are many, and my heart is faint. You know, so if the Lord chastises those that he loves, how much more to heathen them?
That's it.
The scripture, what does it say? I think it's in Nahum, the first chapter, it says that he will not quit.
I got a quick one.
There's a lot going on. Go ahead.
It's in Revelation 18:13. Just laying back on what the elders was talking about. You know, for all nations that have drunk of the wine of the wrath of the fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the mercy of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So, like the elders was talking about, all nations have waxed rich through the persecution of Israel. Bottom line, you know what I mean? They have joint heirs with Esau, even except for white man in here, but the Lord has other agenda for them. And I heard other voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues." And coming out of her philosophy, the mindset, you know, the Lord is about to punish this place tremendously. So he telling the elect of Israel, you know what I mean, to move, get out of that philosophy. You know what I mean? Because these nations and the heathens are going to pay like the elders was going into. For her sins have reached into heaven, and the Most High remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she has filled to her double. So like the elders was going into, you heathens and Esau, y'all gonna pay double for all the punishment, pain, and that y'all done to the elect of Israel. Everybody's gotten rich off our neighborhoods through their policy and craft.
Yeah, more specifically, Esau. You got double trouble, man. You know, you're gonna be the only one wiped out. All the nations will get their land back. Hit that loop real quick, guys. Let's get to that. Hey, I want to grab Psalm 73. This is the rich and prosper in the world. The wicked and prosper in the world.
This Luke chapter 16 and verse 19. It says, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be.
So did Isaiah the first chapter? Keep you find sores. Let's break it down.
You might say the name Lazarus is whom God helps. Help the Most High.
That's why I got Isaiah 1.
Isaiah chapter 1.
Keep you find sores.
Verse 5.
4.
No, I mean, you can start at
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 4. Sinful nations are people laden with iniquity, and seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, and they are gone away backward. Why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it. The wounds and bruises and putrefying sores.
Right, so Lazarus represents the nation of Israel as a whole. All right, as a whole, we're utterly destroyed. All right, our people, like what you say in Jeremiah 50, they went from mountain to hill. They have no rest. They've forgotten their resting place. They don't know who they are. They don't know who to serve. It's at the bottom, completely. All right, but through the Spirit of the Lord, He's waking up His elect. We're being helped. All right, we're being helped.
I believe it said all that found them devoured or prepared.
Yeah, Jeremiah do say that. And as a spirit, that's on. Get that on deck. Get the Jeremiah 50. Hold that. He's gonna go right with the dogs licking us, man. Oh, this clothed in scarlet. What is it?
Jeremiah 17. Revelation 17. I got you. This Jeremiah 51.
No, hold the Jeremiah. I got it on deck. Get the Luke with the Revelation.
This back in that Luke 16. It says, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. This Revelation 17 and verse 1. Let me see. Yeah, this Revelation 1 and verse 17 and 1, it says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of the abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Right, because America, what is Babylon the Great, which that's what that woman is, the whore of Babylon. And what is referred to in Ezekiel, the 28th chapter? It tells you, that it's referred to as great traffic city. It says, to thy wisdom, the wise of Daniel, It says, to thy wisdom, thou preach thy traffic, this certain point.
With thy wisdom, and listen to Ezekiel 28 and 4. This is Ezekiel 28 and 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. They are so secret they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten these riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasure.
By that rich man.
Right. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic, thou hast increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
That's right. The mother of harlots. That's mystery Babylon. It also says that back in the 3rd chapter, how they son of nations. How you got control of the whole world, man. You are that rich man. All right. If you rule, whoever rules the money is the richest man.
Right.
Plain and simple. Earth is given to the hands of the wicked. You know.
This Revelation 17:5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
That's right. So that rich man, hit that Psalm 73. It's representing you.
This is a little Psalm 73:12. It says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily.
It was the wicked. Malachi 1:4. Esau Edom is that wicked. He is the rich man in this scripture. James the 5th chapter goes into a highly rich man. And it tells you what? They reap your fields, man. Yeah, they reap your fields, yeah. Who does everybody in the damn planet work for? Even outsourcing. Everybody's working for you.
I got a quick one. This is the book of Job 20:15. It says, he has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. Right? Esau Edom, took a lot of things from our people. He took our heritage. He took the name of our Lord. He gave us JC. These different religions, these different ideologies.
Then I get a second chance. 1 and 2. He went to over the whole damn planet. You got it back in the Luke.
This Luke 17 and verse 20.
16.
It's like 16 and verse 20. It says, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. More the dogs came and licked his sores.
Right, and those dogs go to the rest of these heathens, man. All right, hey, it's in Psalms. The dogs are standing about. And who was around Yahushua when he got crucified? That's going into. It was heathens. So the dogs represent heathens. Now fast forward, scripture manifold. Let's talk about the heathens further oppressing us.
That's Psalms 22.
You got it.
This book of Psalms 22:16. It says, for dogs has compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet.
Yeah, and I believe it says in Baruch the 4th chapter refers to the nation of Babylon even as the wicked. The original Babylon, because the heathens are all counted as wicked. Esau was the head of the wicked. He's the chiefest one. That's why back in the 3rd chapter says he bruised the head of the wicked. Selah. That's the heathens, fucking us over. You got one brother.
I was reading Ezra yesterday. Ezra, he called all the nations the wicked. They are the ungodly.
Hey, look, and the rest of Esther said it's only 2 lots. It's only 2 lots. It's the Israelites and the rest of the nations, man.
Yeah.
You got it as Jeremiah. You got Jeremiah? Oh, you got it. Well, we got it first. Jacob got it. What is it?
Jeremiah 56.
Oh, yeah.
That's Jeremiah 56. So my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries say, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh.
Right, that's all the heathens, man. They lick the wounds. They help oppress us, man. So it wasn't just Esau. All you heathens help fuck us up, man.
In Revelation, it said they didn't suffer their bodies to be put in graves. And these heathens know who we were. I remember it was like 3 years back. I was at work, and it was like a tall Ishmaelite doctor. He walked up to me and he was like, "Yeah, he was like my brother." He was like, "Yeah, son of Ham." And I'm like, "I ain't no Hamite." Well, I said like, "I'm not a Ham." They fucked him up. What? I'm like, I must have told him like I'm the son of Jacob or something. He's like, "What? How do you know that?" And he got my number. He was trying to break bread with me. But he was trying to see what I knew. But these heathens know.
Yeah, they know. Doesn't have plenty of conversations with these heathens at the gas stations. One of the most epic ones was Lee Murph. I think it was Captain Lee, but I know it's Lee and Murph. It was the 3rd brother there. The dude came from behind the counter to keep talking to us, man. Like, no, we the sons of Isaac. Like, fuck Ishmael. We for Isaac. They deal with it.
I think that was at the liquor store. That restaurant like was
Half his life, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't remember that one.
he was talking to us. Y'all right, but what? He was like, what? We a part of Abraham too because they were like, fuck out of here.
All right, even if you do that, even if you felt like, okay, you part of Abraham, and you know who he was, well, why wouldn't he tell us?
Right.
That's because it's bullshit. You a fucking heathen that's licking the wounds, man. Yeah, you ain't in the seed of Abraham, man.
You're not the chosen seed, and then too, not only do they know, but they set up Jake to go off. They know what law, statute, commandments, and what Jacob will be following, but they set a trap for you to go off. Then they go to the Lord and accuse you.
Yeah, they know. They'll tell you that shit haram. All the little shit, the swishes, all this shit. To them, it's haram. The fucking liquor. All right, well, nothing wrong with drinking, but for them, it's haram. But they still go ahead and push it right to your ass, man.
You got Jake that be what's like you got Ishmael that be all up in Jake neighborhood selling up shrimp. They frying the chicken, all types of foul type stuff. But they getting rich out there. Meanwhile, Jake sinning, more and more iniquity. Man, that's not looking our swords. You got the damn Moabites and Ammonites selling Jake women weed, doing their nails, man. Completely kicking us way down.
MSG. Moab have pushed that shit on niggas, man. Yeah. You got something, my son?
James 4:19.
Great.
This is James chapter 2 and verse 19.
I was going back to 20.
Read James chapter 2 and verse 19. Thou believest that there is one power, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. Comment, he's either they working with Esau to tear us down, man. They know that we is supposed to be like as well. If I can read this definition real quick, this is a definition of kick wrong when one is down. It says to criticize, exploit, insult, or otherwise treat badly one who has already suffered a setback or is in a vulnerable position. And that's what all these nations do to us, man. It's a spirit even going into this. I had in my notes. You had this Elamite. He was a Jake, but he was talking about how the music industry it don't push nothing but negative music out, right? And then he was talking about but you guys, you still profit off of it, right? You had this guy named Leo Cohen. He's a small head, one of the Breakfast Club. And he flat out told you like, look, I gotta feed my family. Therefore, I pay these rappers to push this filth, this debauchery and their music upon their people. Meanwhile, he's putting that bottle to his neighbor. He's allowing Jake to go off and profit from it, man. You see?
This is Luke 21:24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So what we say was scattered to all nations. All right, all the Gentiles has been on our ass, man. I already said they send gifts back and forth on to another in Revelation 11. Hey, Shakal read the, we affectionately call him Jews, but the brother name is Shakal. And he read the Lamentations, the first chapter, man. All right, it said that all the heathens, our enemies, our lovers, rejoiced at the fall that we had, man. All right, that's them licking the wounds. They put extra hell on us, man. Right with Esau.
He said, this is the day that we look for. We have encountered, we have seen it.
Like, man, we're going to rejoice right back when the Lord allow us to get business.
That's right.
I got a quote on this. Is Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in their hand, he should surely be put to death. And that goes for all of y'all, because not only that Esau didn't really did help, y'all had nations that helped grab us. He wasn't grabbing us, he was from Hemite. And then the Israelites, y'all was building a slave ship. So all of y'all had some part of this, man. See, y'all think we didn't know that, man. That y'all was help funding and stuff with these devils, man. He ain't do this on his own. He ain't just he wasn't just a great mastermind that just I did this all by myself. No, you had two nations help, man. It wasn't for you damn nation. Esau wouldn't be shit, to be honest. Y'all the one who made him be shit.
Yeah, even the angel had to help this damn devil take us down.
Yeah, it's prophecy.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. It's more than that, Luke. You got something else?
All right. This Luke 16 and verse 21 again. It says, "And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried into the angels, and carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his, it says, in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeing Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. It says, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me."
I'm trying. Let me, before you keep going, let me find this. Hold on.
That's a quick side note. Prove to you that hell isn't like a place where you burn. It is a parable. You know, the Lord said he lifted up his eyes and that torment, that flame. When Esau get put in slavery.
It's a condition played on earth.
Exactly. And I know how Shai went to the bottom of his page, but
He went to hell. Isaiah 63. In verse, I'm going to start at 15. "Look down from heaven, and behold, from the habitation of thy holiness and of thy glory, where is thy zeal and thy strength? The sounding of thy bowels and of thy mercies toward me are they restrained." Which us going through hell is praying to the Lord to look out for us, man. "Doubtless thou art our father, though Abraham be ignorant of us, and Israel acknowledge us not, so we lost our heritage." Again, going back to the wounds that we had. All right, but then it's now we're waking up. What's going to happen? We're going to be welcomed back into the arms of Abraham, meaning we're getting our heritage back, and ultimately we're going to get the promise. "Thou, O Yahweh, art our Father, our Redeemer. Thy name is everlasting. O Yahweh, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways and harden our heart from thy fear? Return for thy servant's sake the tribes of thy inheritance. The people of thy holiness have possessed it but a little while. Our adversaries have trodden down thy sanctuary. We are thine, thou never bearest rule over them. They were not called by thy name." So when it's time to get our inheritance back, to be welcomed back into the promise that was given to Abraham, down to Isaac, down to Jacob, these heathens ain't going to get that. All right, like you just said, the Lord never bear rule over them. He's our power. All right, this promise is for us. This promise to Abraham went to his seed to Isaac, his seed to Jacob, his seed which the 12 tribes. So that's what us getting back into the bosom of Abraham, man. Getting our heritage back, man. Getting our inheritance. You heathens ain't gonna have no part in that. Can you read the last two verses over? AC went out. I knew it got hot. This bitch all around there, man. What times of word when he came in here, man? Shit. Speed. Go ahead.
This Luke 16 and verse 22, it says, "And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels."
Switch on the outlet. Switch.
Is it connected to the breaker thing? No.
Oh, you unplug it? You plug the charger? Oh, she's open the door. Fuck it. It's all good, my shot. We'll get back to this lesson every time with that shit. Sweet.
This Isaiah, it's like Luke 16 and 22. "And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried."
Let's catch the death party. Let's just talk about heaven and hell. Get 1 Corinthians 15. This is us getting our bodies, man. Because a plant don't grow until the seed dies. Which don't mean that the plant died. No, it just changed bodies. 1 Corinthians 15. No, a little further down. Let's see. 1 second, brothers. Yeah, start at 34.
34. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 15 to 34. It says, "Awake to righteousness and sin not, for some have not the knowledge of Yahweh. I speak this to your shame. But some men will say, how are the dead raised up? And with what body do they come? Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die.
Right. If you plant a corn kernel, the stalk of corn don't grow unless the actual kernel itself dies. It transforms to a whole plant. Go ahead.
Verse 37, it says, in that
It breaks its shell.
It says, in
Just
that,
like with a woman. You impregnate a woman, all right? That egg that she's in, you have afterbirth. The placenta and everything else comes out behind it, man. You don't stay an egg, you transform into a whole human. You come out with all the extra shit that was there, man. That shit is no longer,
It says, verse 37, it says, in that which thou sowest, thou sowest not that body that shall be, but bear grain. It may chance of wheat or of some other grain. But Yahweh giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
And that was really the point of it. A seed don't become a seed don't become the plant unless that seed is shed to transform. You bust out of it, basically. So when that death is going into the old body being put down to get the new one. Now you dying and going to hell and heaven and saying this, or he's in hell, he looked up and saw him. No, it's not what it's talking about. Revelation 21, it tells you the kingdom of heaven, the Most High is going to blow him in. It tells you that the elect is going to rule over the nations. So how does heaven and hell fit within his narrative, what the scriptures actually say? Hey, Yahushua told the disciples, the kingdom of heaven is within you.
And then it also says, some should wake up in everlasting righteousness, some should wake up in everlasting shame of sin. How that's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven if it's a place called hell?
Yeah. I mean, a good example of the egg is a chicken. They have an outside egg. It's the same thing inside of a human. But on the outside, it's the seed is sown in there. They put the egg out. Eventually, that shell breaks. The seed turns the whole human, the whole chicken, and it becomes an actual thing. It don't stay where it started out. It don't stay a sperm in its shell. Same thing with seeds. Yeah, you can watch. You get a watermelon seed. You put the water, put a paper towel over it. You watch it sprout. You watch the at first shell die off, and then you plant it, and it becomes a whole watermelon plant. And we continue reading that 1 Corinthians 15, it goes to us putting in corruption, the new bodies. Then we should all be changed.
Right. And this is just the back of the witness and talking about hell. This is Revelation 20 and 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And the point I'm making right here is just plain and simple. How can you cast death and hell into a lake of fire if hell already a lake of fire? Point blank period. Sometimes motherfuckers just gotta read, man. You can't cast fire into fire. It makes no sense.
I thought hell was a lake of fire.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna cast death and hell into the lake of fire. And that's the second death. Come on, people.
Not that would oversimplify, the fermentation of an egg and a human, but it's the same thing essentially. Right. It's a whole process. Embryo, all this other shit, but it becomes something different.
It's Luke 16 and verse 23, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus.
Right, and the torments, they say that's the hell part. Well, no, it is hell. That's the condition you're going through. But the brother read the Psalm 149, and somebody get Revelation 2:27. So you're going to be in the furnace of affliction, like we was in the furnace of affliction. Deuteronomy 37 is going to come into play. You're going to go through the curses like we had to go through the curses.
That book of Revelations.
And since the Lord brought us down to the lowest hell.
Yeah, the deepest hell. Yeah.
Exactly. You nation. That's what you're going into, man. Hey, Lamentations said, do as unto them as we've done unto us.
Yeah.
Hey, we in our hell right now. We in our lowest state. So same thing you nations.
And when you read through that scripture, brother, quoted Deuteronomy, it's essentially the curses. And it ends with the thermal destruction as it comes. it really breaks it down what the lowest hell is. And that's what you heathens about to go through. The lowest hell, you about to go through affliction. You know, and it's going to end with you being set on fire, Esau, because you're going to actually be completely through.
The scripture says, you know, the first shall be last and the last shall be first.
That's right. That's perfect. That's exactly what's happening with make sure you get that on deck, because that's what the response is going to be in that loop.
This is book of, I got that revelation for you.
This is the definition of hell. I want to get this one part right here. This is the definition of hell. It says used to a state or place of great suffering and unbearable experience. So my thing is, man, when you're going through hell, you're going through great suffering and unbearable experience. You know, when people sit up here and talk about hell as being a lake of fire and all this other stuff, it's just like it said in Revelation 20. You know, you can't cast death and hell into a lake of fire. Hey, when people out here, you think about it, a baby that's born, she born quadriplegic, can't walk, can't talk. That baby is going through hell. So now all of a sudden she gonna die and go to another hell? You know, come on, people. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, come on. This is the book of Revelation 2:27. And it reads, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
All right, so he is going to be ruled over vigorously, man. Hey, that's in the law. It says we desire inheritance too. That's another thing. Ain't no way you're going to be partaking in our kingdom and rule in our kingdom, having this any type of place in our kingdom outside of being in subjection. All right? Because it says you are our inheritance and our children's inheritance. All right? It said we can rule over you with rigor. It said we can't do that with our brothers, but with you we can. So that's that, man. You're going into slavery, man. And when you get your own land back, you're going to basically going to be paying for your freedom. You're going to make sure we get our cut off top. You know? Bringing that great train, man.
All right, quick one. This Daniel 2:44. In the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And the next kingdom to come is the kingdom of Israel and the kingdom of Yahushua. And his government is going to rule in the earth. A Revelation, I believe, is 5 and 10. It says we're going to rule as kings and priests on the earth. We're going to be the kings. We're going to be the subjects. You other nations.
You still got that Joel, Masha? No, but go to the third chapter, Joel 3:17.
Scrolls. Drop.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 17. So shall ye know that I am the Lord, your power dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore.
Right, so how you heathens going to have a position in our kingdom that says no strangers pass into thee? It should not be left to other people. All right? We're going to rule over you with a rod. That's probably, hey, Yahushua got that inheritance in Psalm the 2nd chapter, man. Which is already written in the law.
And he said in Matthew 8, not one jot nor tittle shall pass from the law till all be fulfilled. And the prophecy is that we're going to rule over the nations, man.
Right. Say having an earth may pass, but this won't pass. So this is going to happen. And all many people feel, man, you got to be under us forever. So it's always going to stand, man.
I get one right for that.
And it's going that Luke too, go ahead.
Oh yeah, this is Psalms 2 and 8. It said, "Ask for me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them to pieces like a potter's vessel." So this is plain. You know what I mean? These heathen are going to be our possession. You know what I mean? We're going to rule over them. There's nothing they can do about it. You know what I mean? It's point blank period.
This Luke 16 and verse 23, it says, "And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and sent Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame." Right? But Abraham said, "Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things."
That's pretty much Esau trying to get mercy, man. Who have shown no damn mercy, man.
Right.
All right.
It says, But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise,
Is the wicked that prosper the earth.
Yep. And likewise Lazarus evil things, but now he is comforted and thou art tormented.
That's right. So you're not going to get no comfort, man. You didn't give us no comfort. I just says upon the ancient thou hast gravely heavily laid the yoke. So Elder Crown quoted to James, man. You shall receive no mercy. That's showing no mercy, man.
Verse 26, and beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from thence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that will come from thence.
Grab the Sirach. Should not be frustrated.
Oh yeah, hold it down. Pass it real quick.
That brings out why again is this Ezekiel 34 and 16. It says, Ezekiel 34 and 16. Ezekiel 34 and 16. It says, I will seek that which was lost and bring again that which was driven away. That's talking about the Israelites, man. You know, he's once lost and driven away. Now the Lord bring it back to the elect, man. All right. So it says, I will bind up that which was broken, or strengthen that which was sick. We all was sick at one point in time, man. Not knowing who we were, man. You know, being of this world, following the wicked way of this world. World following multitudes do evil, man. So it says, but I will destroy the fat and the strong, and I will bring them with judgment. Who was the fat and strong? Esau even, man. So he says he's going to destroy and bring down the fat and strong and feed them with judgment. They're going to pay for their wickedness, man. They've been doing. And still doing.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
This Sirach 16 and 13. The sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. Hey, you saw Edom, he ain't gonna get off the leash. He ain't just gonna destroy the Lord's people, destroy the earth, keep up with all these riches, and just get off scot-free. No. It says the hope of the godly shall not be frustrated, being made to no avail. What the Lord promised to his chosen is gonna take place. You nations are going into slavery, and the Lord's people is gonna be exalted.
Hey, and matter of fact, they that all things he imagined do unto the Lord people is going to return upon his own head. Hey, it's going to be done to him. You trying to exterminate the Lord people? Guess what? That's going to happen to you after you get a foot sideways up your ass.
I got a precept. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
It says Isaiah, the Lord hath said, who shall disannul? You see? And the Lord already gave you a breakdown. We read in Isaiah 14:1. The Lord will yet choose Israel, roughly paraphrased, and will yet choose Jacob, say Israel is his own land. He's going to show mercy to his people. And along with that mercy and that salvation and that blessing is putting you heathens in chains, man, and avenging us, man.
Damn. That's been a whole new level layer to the Job 14:5. I'm sorry, 4. Damn. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. That's great gulf. Whatever his law is his law, he can't change it. It's that simple, man. He can't cross it. Yeah.
Man, how hard he tries, man. Even the things that you are doing, the Lord is allowing you to do it for prophecy's sake, man. He said, you're not doing nothing against the truth before.
If I can say a great goal fix, it said they can't come over to us and we couldn't come over to them. Hey, Esau was ruling the earth right now. The Israelites are in the worst state possible. The Rothschilds ain't come and give us $1 trillion, man. They ain't give us a piece of their blessing. So why in the hell would we allow them to rule with us?
Right, they ain't give us no mercy. They ain't dip their finger and give us no cold water.
Right.
We're in the furnace of affliction right now, man. And in fact, it said the Lord was a little displeased. They helped forward the affliction.
Yeah.
God went extra hard on us, man.
Yeah, now you want to, which you don't understand the meaning that's true. Now you want to come this bring the jug, he won't come in that scripture. Love your neighbor and all that shit, man. When the hell you ain't never show no love to no goddamn body, man. Like what the fuck?
I knew you was going to say what you was earlier. But this is Daniel chapter 7. Did you want me to start? This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And that Son of Man is Yahweh Shai. And he was given dominion over everything, all things. And hey, it's going to be an everlasting kingdom, and all these nations are about to pay dearly for all the shit they've done.
And Luke 1 says he shall save his people from the hand of those that hated them. Roughly paraphrasing. So when the Lord comes back to collect his jewels, he gonna save the people that's been destroying them, ruling over with vigor. Hell no, man.
And he says all people, nations, and languages. So all you different nations, all y'all about to sit up here and get y'all ass whooped, man. All y'all, the Elamites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites, the Elamites, you Edomites, you Amalekites, Tyr, ass put with all you motherfuckers about to pay.
All the ice.
Yeah, all the ice there is. Like to get an Ike turn.
I got some real quick. This is the book of Matthew 19 to 30. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Right? Who's first in the society right now? You got Esau, Edom, then these other nations. And we're at the bottom of the totem pole. Jake barely getting by, if that. So it says what? And the last shall be first. Going back to what I read in that second Esdras, the 6th chapter. For Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follow.
So another trading place of scripture. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I got one. It's Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoils, and that was not spoiled, and dealtest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. And thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, then shall deal treacherously with thee. So all these heathens and Esau, you're not gonna get away with nothing. Bottom line is you still dealing treacherously and wickedly with us. Over here, we're still in captivity. You're gonna pay for all of that. It's a must. You have to. You have to suffer hardcore bondage. You have to go in slavery. You have to be brutalized. You have to feel the fury of Yahweh Bashim's indignation upon you because you have touched the apple of his eye and you've gotten away with it thinking it was sweet. And now you're talking about, no, I don't want that. You're going to have to drink that same cup that we drink.
Hey, the beautiful thing is, Lord don't give a fuck what you want. This is what's going to happen, man. It's written in the scriptures, man. It's prophecy, man. That let's say, he that led the captivity shall be put in captivity. Yeah. That's what's going to happen, man.
And that's bad.
Yeah.
And Heavenly Father be unjust if these other nations was not to go into captivity before it's been done upon us, man. 89 says, none under heaven has been done upon Jerusalem, man.
Right. Yeah, they believe in their head that they got a way out and stuff, man. You just deceive. The scripture say deceive our heads, man.
I got some. Dr. Malcolm made a point on the comment board. He said, Yahweh says he's going to destroy those who destroy the earth. Is it not Esau's rulership and pseudo-science that destroy the earth? But how can they have salvation? That's just facts.
Yeah. Facts.
What's that? Facts.
Yep. I got something real quick. This book of Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. And what is that cup? That cup of slavery, that cup of captivity, the curses. Going back to Deuteronomy 30th chapter 30 and 7. The curses coming upon thy enemies. And it says, verse 22, it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, you Israelites. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Right? This is the last time, after this captivity, we're never going to be in captivity again, man. They say this is the last time, man. iniquity is accomplished, your daughter Zion, man. He will no more carry you captivity, man. You had guys talking about a while ago, after 1,000 years, they're gonna put us back in slavery. That's a bunch of BS. That's a bunch of BS, man.
They say the affliction's not around the second time.
That's it.
It's over with.
Yeah, and then too, the Lord's gonna write the law, statute, commandments in us, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we keeping everything perfectly. Ain't no reason for the Lord to bring us back down and make us serve punishment.
Hey, get Isaiah 14. You still got it? Get that. This right on time.
This is Isaiah 14 and 21. And prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their father.
Start up. Go up 3 verses.
This is Isaiah 14, verse 18. All the kings of the nations,
One more.
It's verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness.
One more.
Verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Now we started earlier up top, verse 1, actually, shit. And it tells you this proverb is against the king of Babylon. So when you get down to verse 12, now Lucifer's still talking about the rulers of Babylon, Mr. Babylon, which is Edom. All right, and right here it tells you the same thing. Art thou not the man? All right, the same man that's mentioned up top that put the whole world in subjection. The trees is going to be happy that you're gone. It's the same man, the man in the 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, the son of perdition, which is Edom, the wicked. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities
That
thereof.
goes right to what Elder Malcolm said. He that destroyed the earth, man. Who's done this? All right, what else in history has there been plastic islands in the ocean? All right, that your fucking water you drink and shower in is polluted with all type of chemicals, forever chemicals, bro.
Yeah.
And forever chemicals, fuck the cancer. That's trash, right? It's still death. Fuck the cancer. Forever chemicals do something much worse. All right, there's a lot of penile shrinkage because of these forever chemicals, man. The research is crazy talking about it. It lowers testosterone. All right, it increases not just estrogen. There's 2 types of estrogen. It increases the bad kind. All right, this shit is just fucked up. And the forever chemicals is everything you use. Exactly. You get certain, because I mentioned this a few weeks back. I was talking with the lady at the health food store. You know, I frequent this, so I had a conversation with her. And she gave me something, look up this list of forever chemicals. And it's in every fucking thing. You gotta watch the type of soap you get, the type of, like you air fresheners, all the air fresheners you use, forever chemicals. Use some essential oils. Before you use the toilet, put some essential oils in there. The smell won't even come out. It'll be an oil barrier. Yeah, so do that. Everything is just fucked up. Everything in this place is fucked up. All right, that's why these niggas ain't murdering everybody off emotions. They feel with estrogen, man. Like when you watch what's that movie when Nelly was the longest yard? They started putting estrogen in Kevin Man's shit. He got all emotional and shit. Yeah. That's why they like kill each other extra emotional, man. Feel with estrogen. You can't even fucking escape because it's in your damn water. Yeah. When was that ever in history before now, man? Ain't no way in hell this devil is gonna get some salvation. He's showing no mercy even to his own people, man.
And that's right. 10 says an unwise king destroyed his people, man.
That's right. That's crazy. So who he could.
They opened not the house of his prisoners.
So we still, and you got some stupid niggas celebrate Juneteenth. I seen the goddamn video. You know, up that dance with a little African flag logo, talking about some freedom. You're not free. You're still in this devil's hands.
Right. That's madness. They ain't let you. And then to leave, you gotta get permission. You gotta get a passport.
Yeah.
And then you get a passport. You're not even going to your own land. All right. And if you do go to Israel, you gotta be allowed to get citizenship. If they do give it to you as an Israelite, you're gonna be putting them on Israel, man.
Yep.
Which is right where the fucking missile silos are. Yep. Or you gonna go to Ghana? Well, you're not from fucking Ghana. Yeah. Everywhere else you're gonna get temporary visiting rights. So where the fuck you gonna go? Yep. Esau ain't letting you fucking go. You're gonna have to pay tax on it too. Because a passport don't exempt you from taxes. Ask Wesley Snipes. That nigga tried to leave.
Yeah. That's it, man. Yeah, you're still a slave, man. How Shai got to come back and deliver us out of this dude's hands.
That's right.
That's why I said that about Ruth 3 and 8. You know, we are yet this day in our captivity, but we subject to curses and payments.
Yep. Wesley Pipes. Wesley Snipes. That was from the movie. That was from How High? No. Half Baked. That was something different. Wesley Snipes. No, that's something else. I know. That nigga couldn't leave. He started to pay them taxes, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead with the Isaiah.
It's verse 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them lying glory, everyone in his own house. Verse 19. But thou hast cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet.
Right, you're not going to get to rest. You're not going to get your land back. It tells you in Ezekiel, I believe Ezekiel says all the nations to go under their own tree. All the other heathens going to get rest. They're going to get their own lands back, man. It's on Edom, you will not. So all the heathens going to go through their punishment. Eventually, they're going to get mercy. Edom, you won't. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Right, and burial means rest. You won't get that, but the rest of the nations will, man. All right, you will never be renowned. You will never be built again. You're never going to be a nation again. Keep on going to say all that.
It's verse 21.
We're going to get these last couple out there, wrap it up.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them.
So you're never gonna rise again once the Lord take you down this time, man. That's it. That's all. You know, matter of fact, how if you're gonna be completely done away with after you serve your punishment?
For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord Yahweh.
And all the males are wiped out. What does that mean? The entire bloodline is wiped out. And it plainly said you're going to build no cities no more. You're through. Last thing you're going to build is our kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Said no son, no nephew, none of that. None of your rich. All of y'all going to get cut off, man.
That's it. It's no more.
Verse 23. I will also make it a possession for the return in pools of water, and I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts.
You have some juice?
Yeah. This is Deuteronomy 33 and 26. It says, there is none like unto Yahweh of Jeshurun, who rideth upon the heaven in the help, and it's in excellency of the sky. The eternal power is a refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. You know, it's starting to be Edom, and all you people. It says, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon the land of corn and wine. Also, his heaven shall drop down too. So that's plain. You know, Israel's going to be dwelling in the kingdom alone. There's not going to be nobody else ruling with us, man.
Call that one more time.
Deuteronomy 33.
26. You said 26.
Started at 26.
God, you want to safety alone.
Verse 29, it says, happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places.
That's a good point. That goes to that great dog fix too, man. Since you're dwelling safety alone. And Deuteronomy 32 it tells that the Lord has separated the people according to the number of the children of Israel. We all got our own bounds. You can't cross over, man.
He said, Lord's portion, his people. The Lord is a lot. Israel is a lot of his areas.
Mm-hmm.
That's his chosen, man.
This Matthew 5:1, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain.
That's the spirit of the Malcolm put the Matthew 20:16 up there. Did you read that one?
I believe so.
Just read it again. So nice guy said it twice.
Matthew 26.
Yep. It said, who's first in society? And the last in Howard's kingdom.
This is the book of Matthew 20 and 16. It says, so the last shall be first, and the first last, for many be called, but few chosen.
Perfect. And also, while I'm here, Jim, that's the end. It's not posted James 2:13. We quoted it. Let's read it. For he shall have judged without mercy, and have shown them mercy, and mercy rejoiced against judgment. Isaiah 47 lets you know that Esau, aka Mystery Babylon, showed no mercy upon the ancient and fairly heavy way of the yoke. Ezekiel 35 tells you that he had that perpetual hatred, and it tells you when the time that our iniquity ended, he kept going, man. Yeah. He even told us he was free and still had both his feet on up our ass, man.
That's it.
Both of them, toes spread.
Yeah. Right. And it said Amos, he casted away all pity, man.
Oh, God.
Amos' first chapter.
Yep, damn. That's how I was remembering. I just listened to the lesson. Damn, that's spirit. Damn, that's a good one.
This Matthew chapter 5 verse 1, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. But when he sat, his disciples came up to him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And who is the poor? Who is the humble, the afflicted, the lowly people? It's the Israelites.
Yeah, even when it says the meek shall have the earth, that word. Oh, grab that. Grab the Isaiah, what is it, 61?
Oh, yeah.
Grab that word meek in the Hebrew, in the blue letter.
I agree.
This is Eliezer. Go ahead.
This Isaiah 61:1, it says, The spirit of Yahweh power is upon me, because Yahweh hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
So it tells you what's going on with the meek. We're captive, we're bound, broken. All right, go ahead.
To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh, that he might be glorified.
Right, so it tells you that the meek is talking about Zion. Well, what makes us meek? Hit that definition for meek in the blue letter.
All right. This is the definition of meek. Poor.
What's the Hebrew word?
Now.
You got to study the Hebrew? Say it with your chest.
Speak. I not. The Hebrew word for meek.
How you say I not?
I not what? Alright. And the definition: poor, humble, afflicted, meek. Poor, needy, poor and weak, and afflicted, humble, lowly, meek.
That's right. And what it said, the Lord has left in the midst of the poor and afflicted people. That's us. We're the needy. We're Lazarus, Eliezer. We need help from Yahweh.
That's right. And it's a rock we brought out. It's one that is slow and need of help and lack. That's Israel in the grand scheme. You see? And it said the eye of the Lord looked upon him from good and set him off from his poor state.
Ain't no V's in Hebrew. No, Daya said it right.
I know why.
You gotta study the Hebrew. Tell your dad, boy. Snitch. This fucking shit. Go ahead, man. Oh, I am snitching.
This Matthew 5 and verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. You see? Hey, that's coming to what we just established, Israel.
What can they say? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Off the valley shadow of death. That's our help, man. You know?
Now, in this Baruch chapter 4, really the whole chapter, but I just get the point. This Baruch 4 and verse 29. 4 and 29. It's verse 30. It says, "Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave you that name will comfort thee." That Isaiah 14:1. Miserable are they.
Did you read verse 29 to verse 33?
Yeah, right.
Well, that was perfect then, because it tells you that Yahweh is the shield of our help. You got it.
This Baruch 4 and 30, it says, "Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoice at thy fall." And we read that second of the Maccabees, who have not had a part in her spoil. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Babylon invaded all the places where the Israelites been scattered and served this hard, rigorous captivity. For as she rejoiced in thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come down upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. And that's the judgment that's going to come to this place. And that's the judgment that's going to come to all these heathens that took advantage of the Lord's people. No matter what Esau even trying to trick y'all into believing, hey, the Heavenly Father is just. You see? I got one more too. This second loaded. This second Ezra is chapter 8 and verse 1. It says, and he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. And the Lord, he allowed these heathens to rule, he allowed the wicked to rule, he allowed wicked jakes to live it up on his side. But that kingdom to come is for Israel, man. Chiefly the elect, not none of you other nations, man.
Can I back you up? This book of Job 20 and I'm gonna start at 5. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency,
Esau, other heathen nations, and you 2/3, you're a bunch of hypocrites, man. You're gonna pay just off that alone, man. Go ahead.
Verse 6 says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach up to the cloudy, going into his pride. It says, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have
like
sinned.
His own thing, like shutting shit down the toilet, man.
That's like it. It says, they which have seen him shall say, where is he? Because going back to that Obadiah 1:18, you know, Esau is going to be cut off by slaughter. You know, he's not going to be a nation anymore. You know, he's going to be cut off. It says, verse 8, it says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Right, because ultimately Esau is going to be like a bad dream. You know, once it's said and done. You know, we go be telling our kids story about Esau Edom. You know.
And I appreciate you real quick. This is Sirach 18 and 10. It said the joy of a hypocrite is short but for a moment. It says Sirach 18 and 10, as a drop of water unto the sea, and a gravel stone in comparison of the sand, so are 1,000 years to the days of eternity. And Israel is gonna rule for eternity, man.
Right.
Esau even got a temple blessing.
Yeah, well, we'll say a little season.
Well, this is the last couple. I said that.
Spirit. Oh, wait.
Now go ahead. Go ahead. I'm trying to look up for out. So you got 2 hours to drive. Shit.
This Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. And that's just backing them up. Hey, we're going to be a world without end. Hey, the Israelite world is going to be a never, ever, 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 forever, ever lasting kingdom.
What's that? Salvation is to Israel. See, that's plain to the point.
I have not seen it, I have not heard it. What is Messiah talking about? They didn't understand what the Lord had at the end for his people, roughly paraphrasing. You know, he had care for his elect.
You got to pay. This is Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, say, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
And Lord surely did remember. He said he required that which is past.
That's right.
And God, you ain't show no mercy, you got to pay, man. You was doing that, all of these things, even in 7 AD, all of that, man. You was slaughtering us and killing us, man. It says, we have Obadiah, man, that you didn't you looked over our affliction. You said fuck it, like y'all kill these damn people.
Yeah, but when he come out of him being judged, he won't buy off and buy off.
Yeah.
Well, he'll never do that if the shoe's on the other foot. Man.
No. Verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, which knowing you, this is the daughter of Babylon, the last kingdom to rule, man. For our kingdom rule forever, man. You know. So this is talking about this place right here, these Edomites, man, these devils. It is the daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy should he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. So you're going to have to get that same cup. You're going to have to drink it.
So your reward is gonna be slavery. You earned it, man. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Hey man, you earned your reward, man. You earned it here. Take it. Drink it up.
Leonardo DiCaprio, you earned it, boy.
Verse 9, happy should he be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stone. And that's literal. We're going to be smashing your little ones against stones. That's facts. And be happy about it. Happy. This is a song. Yeah. All right, this is a song, man. So we ain't going to be playing around with you devils when this judgment comes. You're going to get judged. You're going to get put down. Hot boxes and stuff, but it's going to be worse, man. We're probably going to pour some lava on top of that box. Yeah, devils, man. You got to pay, man.
So, this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall go forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation, for our pledge of blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwells in Zion.
On Mount Zion is going to be a deliverance. Yep. The two Edens going to fucking get it, man. Rightfully so, especially Eden.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, rightfully so, man. It have to happen, man. How about you outside said it in Malachi, he don't change not. And therefore you sons of Jacob for not before. So he can't change it.
And it's just like saying, you know, since the Lord put us through this captivity, and we the Lord's. So how much these other nations, that put us through this here, that doesn't mean anything to the Lord. And we had to go through our captivity because we had sin at the end of the day. But these other nations, they put their hands on us. So how much more them?
Yeah, he that touches you, touch the apple of his eye.
Yeah, it's the scripture Jeremiah said, he that touch you shall offend. It was the second chapter. Yep. That was your name, my son? On the drop?
Yeah, I got it. It's Isaiah 49 and 22. I'm going to start at 29. Thus saith Yahweh of power, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and their daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And the kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their faces toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. And that's the power of Yahweh Shemel. These heathens, Esau and them, all these kings of Rothschilds, they're going to be bringing our children to us. They're going to be licking the dust off the ground. They're going to pay and suffer. And it's going to be humiliated that everybody's going to bear witness to it. They're not going to get away with nothing. And it's going to be marvelous because it's for the elected Israel.
They're going to be happy to serve us, actually. They're going to be happy. After that 1,000 years, they're going to be happy to come to Jerusalem and bring us their goods. All right? Yeah, just like the Queen of Sheba, man. It said nobody brought as much a big train as she did. They're going to be happy to come. They're going to say, let us go up to the house of the Lord. And now, 1,000 years, you're going to get broke off properly. And after that, you're going to be happy to come bring us your daughters. Mm-hmm. Hey, to bring us, we don't need servants too. We're going to have to bring us your sons too, man. Put their ass in the field or some shit, man.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Isaiah 26 and 9, it says, when thy judgment on the earth, then shall the inhabitants learn righteousness. I got that Isaiah. It's like Jeremiah 2 and 3. It says, Israel was holiness unto the Lord, and the first fruits of his increase, all that devour him shall offend, evil shall come upon them, said Yahweh. Now, it's like that word for offend is a song, and it says to offend, be guilty, trespass.
That's right, that's your sin.
To be incriminated.
That's the language of 421. It says Esau's iniquity. But your iniquity is touching the Israelites, man. Mm-hmm. So, you got anything else? You close it out for a while.
And so with that, we hope you was edified. So we like to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Give honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. This is how you taste it over for elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I always say, Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
Kwam Yasharala!
And a Bob the ball!
Bob the ball!
Shalom.
Shalom.
Rebuke.